Hey guys, good evening. So let us look at the trade plan for tomorrow with respect to Nifty as well as your Bank Nifty index. So we'll quickly look into the Nifty futures continuous contract, and tomorrow I think tomorrow is an expiry day for Nifty. So nothing much happened today. Today it's a kind of a quite easy day, and late in the evening we got a kind of liquidation move in Nifty. But Bank Nifty held on to the bullishness till the end of the day. So this is the chart we have been discussing yesterday, that we got a kind of long liquidation profile in Nifty futures. Actually, I told you, but it was not a long liquidation. Actually, this entire move was a kind of a freak tick. Okay, so it's a kind of a balanced profile only. But in trading view, what happens? No, we cannot identify whether it's a free tick or not, or say like you cannot even remove these free ticks. But whereas in our this Ninja platforms, you can remove that and make your data very clean. Today morning, I have checked for in another tool and found out that this is likely a free tick. Okay, doesn't matter. But anyway, the bias that we had yesterday was, say, like spike was getting value. That is kind of a bullish scenario. At the same time, price was closing below the developing value area low. Okay, higher value session followed by a lower closing below the developing value area low. It's a kind of a weakness in the market. So one bullish thing we had was that we got a spike, but this was not supporting to that argument. So there was contradictions between the value in the spike and price closing below the developing value area low on a higher value session. So let us wait for. So what I was expecting is that, say, like if markets wants to go higher, we would likely sustain above this high 22 420. That was mentioned yesterday. In yesterday's video, you can check where we have mentioned that if Nifty want to go higher, we need to sustain our break above 420. In spite of closing at around 350, 355 levels, it needs to get a going above 20 to 420 levels for a bullish view. So what happened today was that we got a move above this 20 to 420 right at the open. Okay, right from the open itself, there was a mild gap up in terms of close versus open. For us, it's not a gap up; it's a clean kind of open near that previous day high. Open at around somewhere around, it opened at 440. Okay, 440. Then it came down to support at this level, and then we have been comfortably trading above 20 to 420. So the resistance mark was somewhere around 480 to 520 band. That is the selling tail of this particular profile. That is your 15th April profile. And that particular day, we had a failed auction. Okay, so that particular day, we had a failed auction over here, followed by we got a larger gap over there. We got a larger gap. So that was the rejection area, or the supply zone that we marked was around 20 to 480 to 520 band. So market went higher above 420, and it started rejecting somewhere around very close to 480, 490 band. And all day it was a kind of a balancing session. Okay, ABC was one time framing up, ABCD was one time framing up. Then when markets started to break these one time framing up back to back in two periods, in two consecutive periods, you have to be very careful. Okay, that happened today. So till that D period, it was up. E period started breaking the previous bar low. And again, next bar also started breaking the previous bar low. So it's a sign of warning. It's a warning sign that markets are trying to find demand at lower levels, because there is no demand coming at higher levels. Okay, all these minute informations, we need to track it. in the live market. So at this point of time, we were not bullish when this by the end of this particular bar at around 11:45, we are trying to look for some dip into the markets, at least towards the tail zone of this particular profile, which is somewhere very close to, what is that, 22,415 to somewhere around 22,397. So 400 to 410, somewhere around dip was expected, because back to back one time framing down happened. Okay, so that was the case. And today what market has done is to be noted, very important. It broke both sides of the IB. Okay, morning it went above the IB high, got a good range extension in C period. Then again there was no follow through. Then one time framing break, and then it was trading in a tight balance. Then there was a liquidation move which triggered below IBL. So IBH, that initial balance high, is being taken out first. Then initial balance low is also being taken out. So now it becomes a neutral day. And the closing was at the lower end, or below the value area, or near to the day low. Okay, very near to the day low. So it's officially a neutral extreme down day. So neutral extreme down day, most probably it's advantage sellers point of view. Okay, it is advantage for sellers, but here again there is no VPOC skew. Okay, normally what happens on neutral extreme down day is that your volume point of control might get shifted near to the developing, that is near to the developing value area low of the day. So that indicates more conviction for the short side. But here that kind of scenario doesn't happen, because entire day was trading in a tight balance, and this liquidation happened post 2 o'clock. Okay, there was a liquidation happened at 462, somewhere around 380, some 60, 70 points move happened in a single 30-minute bar, where the volume could not, the volume point of control could not be migrated. So it was at the top. But anyway, it's a neutral extreme down day. Sellers are having advantage. Let's see if they are able to trade below this POC, that is around 22,380 next session. So if they are able to trade below 22,380, then probably the next support zone we are expecting is somewhere around 310 to 280. Okay, 22,280 to 310 levels. That is what we are expecting. That will be the immediate support zone for Nifty futures. And if that support is able to, if the markets are able to hold on to that support, and then we'll be oscillating between 280 to say like 440 or 430 levels. That will be our next zone of operation. And anything below 280, then it is considered to be weakness. So anything below 280, we'll be targeting towards these low 22 to 10, and we'll close this gap. There is a small gap over here. So most probably we'll close this gap 22 to 10, and then finally we'll target towards 22, 170, 180 levels. There it could take support. And if they are able to enter into this particular profile, so we got a multi-distribution profile on 19th April. We got a multi-distribution profile. Normally, multi-distribution profiles are poor structures, and it needs a repair back. Okay, so but next session we got a gap up, and then market started going higher. Then again a higher value session kind of thing is happening. So repair opportunity was not there. So then when markets are coming down, if at all at any cost, if markets tries to enter into this this multi-distribution profile, there is a higher chance for the entire profile to get repaired, because we have this POC as the support, because this VPOC skew was there on that end of the day. So anything below 22, 120 or 117, then these anomalies will be getting filled. These LVMs will be getting filled over here. So this will be our single print support of the distributions. Okay, this is the third distribution. This will be support for that, and this will be your second distribution, and this will be the support for that. Okay, so immediately our attention is 280 to say like 430, 430, 470. Okay, 430, 470 will be your resistance, and 280 will be your support. So this will be the expiry range as of now. Okay, if any changes are that happening, it depends upon tomorrow's opening, or say like markets breaks 280 or above 440 or 470, then we need to look into that and trade accordingly. Anything above 440 or 480, then we'll again go and tag this 480, 490, 520 band. Okay, so we can design a strategy accordingly with a range of say like 22 280 to 22 470. So that is the expiry range. As of now, we have with all the data points available with us. Okay, so this is with respect to Nifty. Now let us look at Bank Nifty. Bank Nifty, what happened was yesterday. Yesterday we had okay, there was a neutral extreme up day. Follow through was there. Then again the same scenario of having a higher value session followed by a lower value closing kind of weakness. So if this weakness has to be eliminated, then market has to open above this line. That is what we mentioned yesterday, that it has to open above 4800. So it opened somewhere around here, I think 4802. Okay, open exactly at the resistance. Then there was some supply trying to push the market down, but some responsive buying was seen from the previous session POC. Okay, and they started to push the market higher, and end of the day, we got a clean short covering profile in Bank Nifty. A clean P-shaped profile is being there in a Bank Nifty, and we have marked the supply zone at around 265 to somewhere around 450 will be a supply zone. And okay, so this value area high also will be taken as supply zone, but this is the actual zone is from 260 to 450. So in between, resistance can come somewhere around 320 also. So market went very near to that supply zone, and then it was going sideways. So it's a kind of a short covering profile into the market. So as of now, we need again a fresh breakout above the short covering profile to get into the supply zone, accept inside the supply zone, and to target 48 450 levels on the upside. Okay, again the same levels are coming into play. Anything above 48 265 will be targeting towards 320 and 450 levels. And weakness you have to expect when price is unable to break this high, and when it comes and accepts inside today's tail zone. Okay, today's double print tail is somewhere around 48 this low 48 140 till this 48 47 900 or 48,000. So anything below 4800 officially we'll call this as a why, because this is a clean balance. Okay, from there market went up, so I keep this number as 4800. So anything below 4800 tomorrow probably will come down towards targeting these extremes 48,000. Then if possible we'll come and target these levels 730 and 635 levels. These are all possible with respect to Bank Nifty, because Bank Nifty, if you see, after this clean trend day up, okay, it was more or less, it was trading in a tight range. So markets are going higher, but the range expansion is not happening as what you see on this particular day. This particular day, you can see good range expansion happening. Okay, the value zones are pretty wide. Whereas you can see after that big move that happened on 19th April, markets are going higher, but the trade facilitation is very poor, in the sense you are getting very compressed days. Okay, then a kind of a short covering. Now, if we accept below 4800, there is a easy possibility of market targeting these levels. That is around 47,592 to 47,635. We are open till these levels. In between, market can take support at these level, etc. But as far as Bank Nifty is concerned, it is a highly volatile instrument. So we have to be very safe in choosing our range for this particular instrument. So right now I mentioned this as the support zone. Okay, 47,592, 47,635. This will be my immediate support zone for Bank Nifty. And the immediate resistance zone I am keeping here is around 265 to 450. So if markets accepts above 265 next session, then immediately I'll be looking to target 450 levels. At around 450 or 320, there may be 320, there may be mild resistance will be there. But above 265, there is a high possibility that market to tag 450 levels. And if that is not happening and price breaking 4800, then I'll be targeting this as my final support. In between, it can take support here and all these things. So this is my supply zone and this is my demand zone. Within this, I'm targeting to put on a strategy so that I'll get benefit of trading in this range. Okay, so there could be some inventory adjustment to happen in the bank nifty, because you can see too much compression is happening on and up move. Okay, markets are moving higher, but too much of compression. So we need a quick inventory adjustment. Okay, sudden drop of like 300, 500 points, sudden drop, and then again go sideways or something like that. That may happen. So you have to be very careful. So that if should happen, that should happen only below 4800. Got it? So below 4800, be slightly neutral to bearish bias, and above 48,265 or to 48,270, take a bullish bias. Okay, you design strategy accordingly with respect to these ranges and play the markets. Instead of selling a straddle and putting a stop loss of say certain percentage, okay, you can choose the range and play within the range. If any range violation happens, then you go accordingly and cut down your position or adjust your position in such a way that on which side the breakout is likely to happen, or if you get a follow through confirmation, go with that. Okay, that is the easiest way to do with respect to options. Okay, because of these larger spikes and people losing huge amount of money, better to go with these spreads and be focused with the market. Okay, so that is what I need to say. So that's all, guys. There is nothing much to discuss because markets are not doing anything. If markets did something interesting, there is something very important to comment. But right now, the same old support and resistance levels are there on the chart, nothing new. So we'll see what happens tomorrow on an expiry day with respect to Nifty. Today, expiry was very silent in Bank Nifty. But Nifty, I think there will be some volatile moves that may happen on the opening session. But I think more or less a kind of flat expiry is likely to happen tomorrow. Okay, anyway, we'll see tomorrow what happens. Until then, take care, guys. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.